I wonder if Mashima had an inner struggle when trying to create a fan service moment, only to write happy to interrupt it. He must have an internal screaming right now. After a series of pleasure and hunger, we finally get to the ground of the serious combat. Nonetheless, they did provide a good action, with possibly not being the end, and the chapter ends with a secret reveal by Happy, probably because he's done with forced fan service. Not so happy about it. The hype from the last chapter carries to this chapter. I'm not sure this is the end, unless we're about to drop the notion of Larcade. I was a fan of the last chapter on how they exchange strikes. I still like what I got though. It started off really well with Sting got the upper hand, only for Larcade to pull off an attack that involves death, because you know the whole cycle starts with pleasure, hungry, and then death. So you can argue we have seen all three variations of his combat style, unless he has more. Is the attack that was assumedly made for Arcanugia, since he practically hyped it up to be the end game. Sting has only one chance to prevent this, and that's to use the shadow magic. What I enjoyed this battle is how much of the teamwork they have to perform in order to defeat the enemy without any random ass pulls. I know it's something different for this series, but seriously, even to the point that Sting didn't know how to use the shadow, which I actually like that small detail, even after being advised by Rogue. Luckily, Kagura is there to lower his gravity, so she helps out to speed the process, only then to see what Rogue meant about casting himself as the shadow. I did also enjoy how Sting creates an attack that involves with everyone who supported him. It's his way of saying thanks. I like that scene. I thought that was really cool of him. I really enjoyed this battle. That said, I don't think Larcade is completely defeated because of certain background aspects need to be addressed and or conclude. We only know that he got knocked away bad, but not exactly knocked out. It's either he's going to get serious or it's really the end. If it's the latter, that's rather disappointing in terms of his character. I understand Springer 12 isn't tough nor hype as they made out to be, but he should be one of the real deal. I'm not a fan of his character, but it can't be brushed aside with those aspects floating around, such as being a Dragoneel, and you just need to know what exactly is his character. Who is he? We need to know more of that. I'm pretty sure we will get that soon. Again, it's not confirmed as of now, so we have to wait and see. As I did enjoy the fight, I also like more of the traveling inside Nasu's heart, where we get more info as well as building up this hype of seeing the one that's inside of him end. While I know he won't die, Majima did create this idea of his life coming to an end, though they're most likely have a different payoff. I certainly hope it's not as simple as just control end with no repercussion. It's a nice added detail to learn that Anna made the scarf for Nasu. Funny because I just accepted that Igneel made it for him, but it's logical to have someone with human hands to make it, so it is a nice touch. I actually like that kind of small detail. The first half of the chapter consists action scenes that are well drawn and easy to tell the movements. It has a nice finishing maneuver with those 2 pages. Even though it's not truly confirmed that this battle is over, the other half is a basic visual of storytelling dialogue, but it's all clean and simple. I would have been annoyed to see Lucy stripped down for the sake of helping Natsu, as it was said in a serious tone. I don't mind when logical moment has to be done, but it's clear that this series takes it as an opportunity to show off its fan service. Luckily and thankfully, Happy interrupted by spilling out the fact that Natsu will die if Zerov dies, which have everyone shocked. So you could title him as MVP or the worst character ever, depends if you're that desperate for fan service. This is a better approach as Natsu continues to fall. The truth has to be said, which can lead to a serious discussion that can provide interesting observation. It's better than forced fan service that Mashima probably went, damn it. Maybe the next chapter will provide it. Who knows? Overall, it was an enjoyable chapter with a nice action of teamwork and more insight of Natsu's dilemma. Now that everyone heard about Zerov's death equals Natsu's death, it's about time to sit down and have a serious conversation. Unless, you know, they want to strip down and provide heat for Natsu since it's been 3 chapters, I don't know, I think, without Lucy being stripped. We always need more of fan service. I'm giving this chapter an 8. Seriously though, I know a lot of series have their own nature that likes to do this and that, and I don't mind fan service that much, but it constantly happened in many places, so it lost its novelty. I would prefer to do it outside of the main story or with style, you know, have something that looks like it match up well to what happens in the action scene, rather than obviously shows the undershots, you know what I'm talking about. This one has no shame, and I get that. Luckily, there are aspects that I do care. Believe it or not, I'm still wrapping around my head that this is the same creator of Rave, but time has changed, I suppose. My thoughts are told, don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.